How's it going, my fellow beer drinking fans? I am Wildman Wes, and welcome to What's Your Poison's Beer Versus. Normally on these Beer Versus episodes, we do two beers from different breweries and pit them against each other and see which one rivals the other. However, this time I thought it'd be interesting to do a grudge match between two beers from the same brewery. Today's brewery is Big Grove Brewing in Iowa City, Iowa, and both of them are IPAs. They are very, very good, and we're going to see which one is the best. So folks, let's get to drinking. Entering first, we have Ghost in the Guidance System. This is a 6.7% ABV American India Pale Ale. The description on the can is very interesting. It says, a ghost of IPAs long forgotten, this IPA is a chance to celebrate one of our favorite hops. Made in the Midwestern IPA style, this beer has a solid malt backing, 4 layers of Centennial from the first bittering addition to the final dry hop. When I think of this, when I see some of that malt and then Centennial hops and bitterness, I'm expecting earthiness and dankness. And I'm not going to expect a lot of fruit in this one. Normally Centennial tends to be a little bit more on that bitter side. However, with some of the malt, we might be able to have a little bit of a fruit flavor. Not sure. Can't remember. It's been a little while. Anyways, we can see that there's very decent transparency in this one. See a little bit of the bubbles dancing up, which is a very good sign. That head consistency, slightly medium body, I would say. It's not too thick, but it doesn't dance as thin as some of the other beers that we've had here on the channel. Yep, there's a little maltiness. Not as dank as I was expecting. Oh, here we go. My expectations were pretty correct and accurate on this one. The bitterness, definitely there. The malt, however, definitely coats your palate to the point where you don't get a lot of that earthiness from the hops. Not a horrible beer. The fact of the matter is, I was really expecting more of a bitterness and an earthiness to this without the malt really just cutting it away. When it comes to the grade for this one, I'm probably going to go ahead and say 3 3/4 out of 5 pows, mainly because that malt is still on the backbone of my palate, and I'm probably going to have to drink some water just to wash it out so I can get the notes for the next beer. Alright, well, let's move on to the challenger. The grudge match opponent today is Eddytron 2000. This is a 7.4% ABV Nectaron Hazy IPA. And with the description on this, it says, a pared down remix of Eddytron 3030 returns with bold and tropical notes from interdimensional mix of Aussie-grown Galaxy, Superdelic, US-grown Azaca, and Dr. Ron's Nectaron hops. I've had a few IPAs with Nectaron hops in the past, and they are rather citrusy and dank at the same time. And looking at all the other hops that are in here, I am very hazy. I was expecting that right away. It looks very much like orange juice. A little bit lighter. That head consistency is slightly thick, which that is pretty great, especially when it comes to a hazy IPA. I can't even see through the glass, so that's definitely a great sign. When it comes to the fruit notes, it says tropical on there. I'm getting pineapple for sure. A little bit of orange, maybe some grapefruit. The grapefruit might be on the flavor profile. Well, here we go. Yup. Tropical. Dank. Dry. I like it. I like it a lot. However, the body is a little heavy. Not in a horrible way, but just even after that first big sip, my stomach's kind of going, yeah, you might want to slow down. So obviously this won't be a one and done for me. I would probably have 2 if not 3 of these. When it comes to my grade, I would probably say 4 1/4. Definitely at least 4 1/4 minimum out of 5 pows. It is fairly decently balanced. I'm not getting a coating on my palate from any of the hop or any type of malt or fruit flavor in this. I dig it. I'm going to have another sip, and then we're going to move on to our final decision. After going over the grades for both beers, it is obvious that Edditron 2000 is the winner of this beer versus. We hope you enjoyed this quick little review on both beers. If you've had these beers before and you agree with me, leave a thumbs up. And if not, hey, I get it. If there's something that you liked about Ghost in the guidance system more than Edditron 2000, let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, make sure you share on social media, but most importantly, you push that subscribe button and ring the bell for instant notifications. Also, make sure you check out my boy Hefe at Beer You Beer Me, as well as Beard Wizard Man for their beer-related content. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes, and we will see you next time on Beer versus, or What's Your Poison, or some of the other things.
Wes, when are you going to learn that nobody cares about you anymore? That's right, fans. Pilsner Hoffman here, the advocate of good beers.
Oh, great, here we go.
You know how much of a fraud Wildman West really is.
Whoa.
His ideas, when it comes to this channel in general, are draconian. Not only that, this idea that being unscripted makes him edgy and real, and he has attitude. I got news for you. You've got nothing, man, Wes. You have worked your ideas to the bone. And not only that, you've lived off the backs of other people's hard work. You took Big Bad Wolf's ideas for comic books and made Game Central Station content with comic book video games. You took DJC's Toy Box and made the merch Unleashed with all the mystery boxes. Good for you. Not only that, you took your relationships, brought them on the channel, made them workaholics, and you ended up alone for a long time. Yeah, I get it. You have a family now, and you're at peace with yourself. But how's your success rate going, Wes? How's the subscribers? Not very good, is it? That's why. Because you use, especially the beer reviews, as this idea that you took even Hefe from Beer You Beer Me and Beard Wizard Man's ideas of drinking beer and reviewing them as a mouthpiece. That's all it ever was, a joke. But I'm one of the biggest mouthpieces and windbags of all time.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know what I'm talking about because I'm real from you. So that is why I issue an open challenge for your next beer versus to have Pilsner Hoffman on to review some beers, because I've got a beer that you will realize you are nothing without me. Try me. Or do you not have the...
You know what, folks? He's right. I've made a lot of mistakes and bad decisions in my time. I've lived with them. I've learned to accept them. And that is why I have no problem to oblige Pilsner Hoffman to guest appear on the next Beer Versus, because, let's face it, it can't just be me doing this all the time. Let's have somebody else have an idea for a change. But Pilsner, I will say this. You best bring your A game, and you better bring a beer that delivers, because I'm going to come full swinging as best as I can. And if you don't like that, I've got 2 words for you. Drink up. I don't even feel like stunning this can right now. See you soon.